All right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to our last matchup of the night here as we're into week three. I'm Rockerman back in the booth, joined by the one and only Dronis. Dronis, I know we've had some banger matchups tonight. How are you? How you doing? How are things been going?
Things have been great. I mean, we have seen two teams back to back now get their first wins of season 12, which is always huge to see. And now going into this next one, we move into the Challenger League. It should be another fun one.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a good one. This is actually gonna be our first divisional matchup of the season here on Nemesis. Last two matches we had Novice and we had Titan, who had the bye weeks. They also don't have divisions this season with only 8 teams. So this is gonna be the first divisional matchup, Drones. And these matches just mean more. You play these teams twice per season. You know both these teams, Dissolved and Drakes, want to start out on the right foot against a divisional opponent.
Yeah, and Drake's, I mean, they're off to a hotter start, sitting at 3-1. Pretty confident 3-1 at that dissolved on, the just same thing but flip there, 1-3 to start. Now going head to head, Drake's, they're the favorite on paper. We'll see if that sticks out or if dissolved are able to get themselves a big win.
Yeah, it would be a big win here. Just because it's your 1 and 3 here at the start of the season, division is kind of the time where you can turn things around. Right on this match number 5 here, trying to turn things around in the season, get a good win on the board. And yeah, for Dissolve's sake, we'll see if they're going to be able to do so, and they're going to be primed and ready to go. And it looks like we are also primed and ready to go in the lobby here, as we have both teams here, Dissolved and Drakes, ready to lock and load. Dronis. Who do you got in this matchup? You lean in any way between these two teams?
I mean, I am leaning towards Drake simply because of the history. All-time Drake's lead 15-8 over Dissolved, and also just looking at their starts to the season, I would have to go the way of them. But I am open to being surprised here.
I would love to be surprised as well. And let's see what kind of surprises these two teams have in store for us here as we are officially underway here in the Challenger League. We have Dissolved in the red here, and they are going to start it off. Don't even get to introduce them. JP is making a grand entrance.
I mean, ultimately a great catch here, and the defense just in shambles, takes it low and slow, and that's a great take.
Yeah, that's a great take by JP, and he is definitely going to be one to watch out for on this Dissolve squad with Moxen, Lilist. Is it Liliest? I think we'll go. Lilist maybe in this one. We got JP, Lilist, Moxen, and then Drakes with Bondo, Bonkalicious, and Peanut on this one. And here comes Lilius, gonna throw it in the back of the net and Dissolved, wasting no time up to.
Yeah, ultimately, that is just a great bounce off the corner. Peanut couldn't reach it. Bonkalicious couldn't reach it. And the shot perfectly placed left side and dissolved. I mean, they're not looking like a 1-3 team here to open up game one.
Yeah, no, and on paper, they didn't look too bad here. JP, a solid player, and we've seen Moxen many seasons here, was on that Venom team that won the championship last season. Wasn't starting, but he was definitely a big component in that Venom squad. So I'm a little surprised about Dissolved being 1 and 3 to start the season. But again, like we mentioned, there's so many opportunities here to bring it back. Is this one being turned back around? JP trying to fire it on net, but denied away yet again here as Dissolved. They are going to be the ones starting out with the pressure, popping this one up. Lilius trying to drop it down. JP putting it out middle. Moxen going to dive through, but Bonkalicious gonna take it by one, looking to take it by the last, gonna flick it high off the crossbar. Moxen is gonna get back. That was a great opportunity there, Dronis, but Drake's unable to capitalize.
And that was actually the first opportunity of the game as well as Drake's, that being their first shot log. Meanwhile, Dissolved, they already got 5. They have had heaps of offensive pressure early. Drake's getting a couple looks here, but still looking to put that first one away.
Trying to find it here as Lilius gonna pop things across. Moxen looking to take that one out. Can actually drop down. Bondo gonna pop this one up by. Here comes Peanut looking to send it in. A demo on the backside could open up some space here as the GM is firing it towards the net. But Moxen is gonna make a touch there, sending it back. Bonkalicious trying to get to that one, but instead the ball just gonna remain in the corner here. As we stay locked, Drake's gonna try to take it back to their own zone. Lilius trying to get up to that one. Not quite gonna find it though, as Peanut able to send it back across. JP popping in the midfield, and we saw those 2 quick goals there, Dronis, from Dissolved, and now Drake seem like they've found a little bit of relief here.
Yeah, they're definitely looking a little bit more settled after those first 30 seconds. Unfortunately, sometimes those first 30 seconds can be the most dangerous, and now they're obviously trying to get their offense going, but it's easier said than done. As Dissolve, they still look very locked in and are still keeping lots of pressure up on the offensive side. Another shot here will be stopped.
Yeah, Dissolve still keeping that offense on, trying to make a statement here. We talked about it. Obviously, some nerves to be had here on stream for both these two teams and a divisional matchup. You want to win these ones. It's a great pass in the midfield, but they can't quite finish it off. JP found the demo, found the pass, but not quite able to send that one in the back. And then that could have been three. As oh my goodness, all the Drakes have jumped up here. Dissolve has a great opportunity for a counterattack. Lilius throwing up to Moxen, trying to throw it to the backboard. Can they find the capitalization? Peanut is going to deny it away. And we saw a little bit of chaos right there.
Yeah, that was. It looked like the polar opposite in rotations. You saw a triple come in the corner from Drake's, and then the 1-2-3 passing play upfield from Dissolved. Weren't able to turn it in as this one bounces off the bar. The Drake's still looking to break through.
Minute 30 down the Drakes. They found an opportunity there, but the posts are not going to be kind to them right now. As they're going to try to send this one back. Lilius can't quite find that touch. Moxen going to look for that one. Can't quite connect though. JP going to send it back down. Peanut looking to give control here. Going to find it as JP finds another demo on the pitch there. That ball floating. Peanut able to send it out into that corner. Touch not quite going to come through. Bondo popping it up. Bonk is trying to get up to it. Bonk, send it, and it's going to bonk off the crossbar there. A tough one right there for Bonk, as Drakes are still fighting for that first goal. Now only a minute remaining, trying to find two.
Yeah, and that crossbar on the Dissolve side, I think it's going to be a little bit dented, Rocker Man, as we have seen multiple hit that same spot. Drake's, you know, I mean, it's always tough to see, and it's also always going to be a little bit heartbreaking to hear that sound, watch it bounce down away, especially when you're just hunting for that first one.
Yeah, I think you're right. We'll have to get the repair crew out after this game, fix that crossbar, and 30 seconds remaining here. The Drakes still trying to find that first one on the board. Dissolve doing good to keep this pressure going. As right here looking for another shot. JP sending it towards the net. Lilius gonna find a demo on the wall, looking to send it back up, trying to find another one. Ball dropping down. Peanut gonna bang it. Dissolve just kind of have to hold here for the last couple seconds. As Bonk trying to find a demo. JP, he's just gonna send it out wide, and as this one drops in the corner here, that is going to wrap things up for game number one. Dissolve with two quick early goals and then able to park the bus and take the win.
I mean, ultimately, they didn't need to do much after they found their first two. JP, you know, being a part of both them, obviously getting that offense going early. But Drake's their own offense, it needs to find some way to find their footing. I mean, they had 5 shots, obviously started slow, but still need to try and turn them in a a little bit of bad luck. Of course, that crossbar standing in the way of a couple of goals that may have been able to tie it up. But ultimately, you got to be able to figure that offense out.
Yeah, and you'd expect them to be able to do so, as not a high scoring game from Drake's at all for all three of those players. Looking to try to bring it back in game two. And sometimes, the game one is always that feeler game here. And for the Drakes, you have to see if they can start out quick with an early goal here. What looks like possession is going to go towards Dissolve's end to start things off, as Drake's trying to get it out. A block is going to come through. And something to note here, Dronas, we didn't really get to talk about it too much here, but I feel like the Drakes, it needs to be noted here that they're missing a big player in Mattius Maximus, who hadn't really seen in Nemesis before, as, that one is close on the goal line. Mattius Maximus, he is 5th in player rating in Nemesis. There's a roll one in the net, and Peanut is going to come through, put it in, and Drake's going to find their first goal of the series.
Yeah, that is a big player to lose, but when you need that, when you can just have Bonk lock Moxen into a rule one in front of the net, you got to give respect as well to Moxen for not breaking it, even though that ball softly floated in front of his own net. He respected it till the end, and Drakes will find their first goal of the series.
Yeah, they are going to find it in a little bit of a crazy way there with that rule one, and they're looking to find another one here off the backboard, looking for a follow. Not going to have it. But yeah, Mattius Maximus not here tonight for this matchup, so big shoes to fill for Peanut, but Peanut has been around in Nemesis for multiple seasons as well, so mostly in the Prospect League. now trying to step up in the Challenger League, see what they can do. This one sent off to the corner. Ball gonna go by one. Peanut looking to give chase to it, trying to turn it, looking to send it towards the net, trying to low 50, but not quite gonna be able to get that one through. Bondo trying to drop it down. Ball is floating, but just gonna be sent to the corner. It's JP gonna push it down. Bonk gonna try to find something there. Not gonna be able to do so as this one pops up high. Moxen with a big opportunity. Gonna find a big 50 through. Peanut has to race up, able to get that one away. As Lilius waiting, looking to try to find it down, but a big mistouch gonna force JP back there into a save. As this one pass out of the midfield, looking to shoot it towards the net, but Lilius gonna save it away. And finally, the Drakes, what we didn't see in that game one is they're finding each other on the pass. He plays as JP. That one's just gonna float over his head.
Yeah, it was a bit awkward here from JP. I mean, Bonk doing a good job from the midfield, keeping that pressure up, and you can just see JP reversing, and then I think he just realized too late that it was already over, as Drakes will pick up that lead. But I agree with you completely. We are really seeing the offense, and ultimately it feels like the confidence from Drakes on the offensive side really stepping up big time. We saw almost none of it in that first game, and now it's a completely different look, almost going up 3-0 now.
Yeah, that one was a big opportunity. Unable to put it through as JP race back, but here comes Peanut, gonna send it in from a long ways away. His second of the game.
And just a great bit of pressure. Bondo immediately finding Peanut's middle, and there's just no one back. Both players left for Dissolve. Both went for boost towards the sidewall and just left the lane wide open.
Yeah, and you know the boost. I know you talked about it in the last match, Jonas. It's very shiny and it's very,
Yeah.
it's very pick upable. But sometimes that ball it might need to take a little priority there. And for Dissolved, didn't quite do it that time. As now they're gonna find themselves in a 3-0 hole here in game number 2. As Lilius trying to find this one, gonna drop up high off the backward. Moxen looking to find that read, but tough one to have speed for. As Moxen, he's gonna find a demo. Peanut gonna push this one up high. Bondo gonna send this one down. Moxen push it off the backboard. This one popped up high. Another opportunity looking to send it off the backboard. But JP, he's all over that one. Able to send it down. It's just Bondo back there. Gotta make a touch. He's gonna find one, but JP, he's pushing it right back as the Drakes gonna make another save here. And it's Dissolved a little bit awkward there, trying to get it in. This is almost the reverse of the beginning of game 1 here, Drones, as Dissolved only one shot to their name right now.
Yeah, compared to the 10 from Drakes, and make that 11 as Bondo gonna roll this one in from Peanut, who has been a part of all 4 goals now for Drakes. He said he's got some big shoes to fill, and he indeed is stepping up to the task. And yeah, this being just a polar opposite difference from game number 1. And I think the real telling thing now is, obviously, I think the Drakes are gonna be able to close out this game. Going into game 3, we don't really know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really know what to expect here. I mean, Dissolved, they kind of dominated the offense early and then just kind of held on. And then game 2 here so far, the Drakes, they have been all over the offense, just controlling the pace here. And it's going to be very important in game number 3. But we still got some time left in this one. And Dissolved trying to say it's not over here. And it is definitely not, as they find their first with 1:27 left.
Yeah, and just a miss there from Peanut. JP sends it far side, and Lilius, as Sandsbar believes it's pronounced. I don't know how trustworthy Sands is, but
I don't know about that guy. I don't know about that guy.
I don't know if I trust that guy all too much, but we will stick with Lilius as they're looking for another. This one saved away by Bonk.
Yeah, Bonk gonna send that one away, and Dissolved able to find that one though. With still some time left. 3 goals is a lot to try to come back from in 1 minute, but way more doable than 4 here. As JP gonna find it, looking to just send it towards the net. It's gonna drop out of the midfield. Here comes Moxen, who's gonna put it in, and all of a sudden, it's a 2-goal deficit.
And this just getting a little bit dangerous now for the Drakes. Can't get too overconfident here, as you concede 1, that's fine. You concede 2, that lead's starting to close up.
The lead is starting to shrink a little bit, but the Drakes, they still have some breathing room here. As JP gonna pick up a savior medal, looking to take control, gonna try to flick it over, but Peanut getting up in the way there as Moxen sends it back down. Bonk gonna take control, grabs that back boost, gonna jump up. Elias can't get it, but a double commit comes through. Bonk just trying to take it all the way down, and he does, sending that one in the back of the net.
Yeah, and just a great carry here. Elias and JP both win and both had no chance.
Yeah, that one a little bit of miscommunication, but it might not even matter. Like you mentioned, Bonk just had the dribble and able to take it all the way down. A great acquisition here after the 4-match hold. People were looking at Mr. Bonk, and it so happens that the Drakes were able to pick him up here as a big bump comes through, and the shot is gonna be perfect. Peanut with the hat trick off of the big bump.
Yeah, and Bonk doing a great job lobbing that one up, finding the bump on Moxen. JP just tried to do his best to find any sort of contact, but Peanut has really stood out here in game number 2.
Yeah, and I mean, right as we mentioned the absence of Mattias, Peanut says, who cares about that guy? I can play too here. And play he has is Elias there, going to send it up. A great pass. Oh my goodness. Elias with the flip reset, and JP going to put it in.
Yeah, seeing 2 great goals back to back, one from either side, the flip reset pass, and JP far post side able to thread the needle through the rest of the defense. And although a great goal there, just a bit too little too late.
Yeah, it might be a little bit too late there, but still some momentum perhaps here as we're going to be heading into the final seconds of game 2, looking towards that game 3. Drake's looking to try to style a little bit, knowing they've got this one in the bag as JP is hunting Bondo. A shot, gonna go off the crossbar. Bonk, gonna find a touch, and it's not even gonna be able to find the back of the net. The 3-on-1 denied, and the Drake's gonna tie this series up in 1 apiece.
Yeah, and Peanut with, again, just a star-studded game there in game number 2. Hoping to see that kind of performance stick from Peanut. It is going to be tough, but ultimately getting a hat trick on 7 shots, assisting 2 others as well, picking up a save. That being a stellar performance, and Drake's going from getting shut out in the first game to putting up 6 there in game 2. That's an insane turnaround.
Yeah, that's an offensive explosion right there by the Drakes, really finding their footing in that game, finding the passing plays, finding the offensive pressure. I think they kind of held their own, towards the end of that game number 1. And it just kind of tumbled over there, Jonas, into that game number 2, where they were able to just pelt on the shots here. And now into game 3, Jonas, I know we touched on it a little bit during the last game. We don't know where this one's gonna go, but what do you want to see from both sides? Well, let me hold that thought for a second. As Pondo, I mean, that's what we want to see on the Drake side.
Yeah, I want to see that offense keep going, and JP just a big mistouch there, and Bondo immediately all over it. First 4 seconds, and Drake's keeping up the offense.
Yeah, they really are, and I guess we'll go with that key for them, for the Drakes. If they can keep that offense going, Dissolved is not really going to have much to do. But Jonas, I am curious about your thoughts on Dissolved here. What do you need to see from them here in this game 3 to try to take this series lead?
I mean, ultimately, we need to see their defense settle down. I think that's all going to start from the midfield a little bit more. Got to stay a little bit quicker. I think we're seeing Dissolve kind of play a little bit too far back at times, play a little bit too far up at times. That's allowing Drakes to really get momentum going into that offensive pressure. And you can see now just living in the offensive half, trying to break through. Elias has a chance here, but the flick not going much of anywhere. And as soon as it gets back out to the midfield, it feels like that's where Drakes are stronger right now.
Yeah, the Drakes, they definitely seem to have that control in that midfield. They seem to have a lot more control of the boost in these last game and a couple minutes of this one. Fired off the backboard. Elias not going to be able to get there, but JP with that last-ditch effort save. What a play by JP. And Elias trying to send it down there, but it's not going to go on target. But Elias coming back from the corner. What a play right there. Able to answer that one.
A beauty of a pre-flip touch upfield. Bondo put it off target, but Elias stealing boost, staying in the play, ties it up.
Yeah, deserved right there after that pre-flip. That was crazy. That one almost found the back of the net, and Elias had to make sure they finish off the play right there, and Dissolved able to get back in this one now. A 1-1 ball game here in game number 3 as JP is looking for Peanut. Nice turnaround here. Bonk gonna send it off the backboard. JP trying to get up to it. A great touch by JP. Not a lot of boost, but still able to send that one away. This one pushed down Moxen. Gonna bang it out. Bonk and Peanut both gonna collide on this one. Moxen chasing down, gonna snag that boost. Gonna try to snag the ball too. This one gonna be pushed back in. Elias gonna send it back down here. The Drakes trying to make their way out of their zone. Bonk gonna take this one up high over the top of JP. What is Bonk have? Might have a flip here. Gonna try to send it in. Oh my goodness. Bonkalicious.
Yeah, and just what a play here. Got it around JP, got the reset, and that last touch, absolute perfection, top shelf, and Dissolve. They just had no chance.
Yeah, what are you gonna do right there? Bonk on the ball, had the flip reset, and yeah, played it perfectly. Able to get that power off the reset, able to send it in. The Drakes right back on top, but not for long as Moxen comes through, forcing out an own goal.
Yeah, and this just being a little bit more of that nitty-gritty play, and ultimately Bondo and Peanut just really couldn't stabilize next to each other. JP was able to create that space, and Moxen punished.
Moxen, like you mentioned, he's one of those veterans of Nemesis as well, so you give him opportunities, more often than not, he's going to find them. He's able to find that one there, bringing his team back to a tied ball game, really trying to take this next game. Moxen is up there, and he's going to find the shot again. JP sets him up, and Moxen sets it in.
Yeah, that's just a great way to thread the needle as well. Knew Bondo had low boost and just perfectly put it around that front bumper far post side to claim the lead from Dissolved. What a swing from the team in red.
Yeah, Dissolved. I mean, they just brought this one back. It seemed like with the first couple seconds there, I thought it could have easily been a wash right there. Drakes could have continued their momentum all the way. Oh, they're still trying to do so as Dissolved way too awkward on the sidewall, and Bonk gonna tie it right back up.
Yeah, Elias just lost control, was not expecting that little bounce when it came down off the sidewall, immediately kind of hopped over onto his hood, could not stabilize, and that'll add another one for Drakes, and we're back to all tied up.
Yeah, this game going back and forth. I mean, we really didn't know what to expect, and these two teams are giving us the back and forth showing that we love to see for the content here. As it's 3-3, still just under halfway to play in this game, so a lot of Rock League to be determined. Who will put themselves on match point in the first divisional matchup? Moxen hoping it's gonna be Dissolved here, but Bonk gonna take control, trying to find another 50, gonna go through one. It's sent up high, looking maybe for the demo there. Can't quite find it. Elias gonna dodge it for the moment. JP to Elias, trying to send it back out to JP. He's putting it up there, trying to send it down there. A nice light touch with Peanut. Good backboard defense, able to keep that one away. This one sent back down. Moxen gonna look to give chase in the corner. Bondo thinking about it. That boost gonna be snagged. Moxen actually gonna go by two here. Not a lot of boost. Might be looking for the bump there. JP trying to fire it. Here comes Elias trying to get to a Peanut. A great save on the goal line there. A big opportunity for Dissolved, but not quite able to break through right there.
Yeah, and just really keeping up that pressure either which way. A little bit dangerous here as more shots steaming through, and again the back and forth has just been insane here in this third game between both these teams. I mean, in the first two games we saw kind of each team running the floor, and now we're seeing it go back and forth, and Moxen will put Dissolved back out in front.
Moxen with the Hattie here, able to take it over the top of Bonkalicious and take it all the way through, right past Peanut. What a play by Moxen, really trying to urge his team here in Dissolved to take this game 3 victory, put themselves on match point, heading into Forbidden Temple. A big play by them, and now the minute 5 remaining, the Drakes gotta be the ones to come back on offense, and it's who else but Peanut gonna send it in, and we're tied once more.
And Dissolve, you can just see the hesitation here. No one jumped early enough. Moxen was on the backboard with no boost. JP was waiting in net with full, but no one attacked that ball out front and allowed Peanut to just take advantage through the middle. And now with a minute left, we're just tied up again.
Yeah, and it feels like no lead is safe here. One team gets the lead, puts a goal in, and all of a sudden the other team just comes back with a vengeance. And Drakes, they would be the ones with the vengeance right there, able to tie things up at 4-piece. Both these teams understanding the importance of this game 3, trying to take that lead here in the series, put themselves one win away from taking a series W. As JP now gonna send it down. Final 30 seconds of regulation. That ball gonna pop up, a big miss from Peanut, but the demo Was going to open up some space. Elias trying to get to it. This one going to drop down. Bonk able to block it out of the midfield. Ball again floating. JP. Maybe first to it. Actually going to get around Peanut. Trying to look for another 50. This one out of the midfield. Elias going to take it back to the corner here. Final seconds of regulation. We see some overtime here. Elias looking to send it out. Pushing it towards the midfield. Ball going to pop up here. 50 going to come down. And overtime we have here the first one of the series, Dronas.
Yeah, and I mean, what a better game than Game 3 when it's as close and as tense as this is in the back and forth. Now, just going to be decided by one more goal.
Yeah, one more goal to end it here. Who will take the lead here? A big demo. Peanut looking to send it down, pushing it towards the net. Doesn't have the boost to follow. JP gonna pick that one up again off the backboard. Moxen able to send it down. A ball popping up. Moxen looking to send it towards the net. Peanut. He's gonna pick up a savior medal as JP firing it right back towards the midfield. Elias trying to get a little bit of a redirect there, but this one could be very dangerous. Dissolved is going to have to race back. This one floating towards the net, but a big bump. Oh my goodness. The bump on the backside, and Bonkalicious ends it.
My goodness, Bondo, that is just not nice. Lead blocker, and JP sent to the moon off of that bump. And Drake's, after conceding the first game, back-to-back victories, and now they're on match point, and they got to be feeling very confident.
Oh, you got to be feeling very confident after that one. I mean, taking a close win like that, Dronas, obviously a lot of effort going into that game by both teams, understanding the importance. And now the pressure is squarely on Dissolve to come out here in Game 4. And how do you respond here after a close loss?
I mean, I think they got to try and get started early. I mean, get that offense going right from the get-go. Try and put Drake's on the back foot inside the first minute here and try and take control. If they lose control, if that mental gets behind them, things could spiral very quickly. We saw it in that last game.
Yeah, I mean, both these teams really have that pop-off potential. They have the opportunity to just, put on some goal explosions here. And now heading to Forbidden Temple. Series has already been a little chaotic, but what can we find here on this great map? This one popping up high off the backboard. Bondo sets it up, and this one could be fired across a big demo. Gonna smoke screen things out there as the ball's still up here, and Peanut is gonna come through with the angle, and he is having himself a series.
Yeah, if you told me coming into this one that Peanut was a sub, I would not believe you, as being able to take advantage of that mistouch from JP. I mean, that is just picture perfect, top shelf. No one could make the save.
Yeah, no, Peanut is definitely looking like a very high quality Challenger player here, Challenger League player here, as he's able to find another one in the back of the net. And, well, it's going to be Drake's who are going to take the early lead, and Dissolved going to be on the back foot, going to have to try to find their way through this one. As Elias sent this one up high, but Peanut, he's coming through again off the right side. Another goal for him into the back of the net.
And ultimately, they just can't seem to break free, and Elias just no boost left. Moxen no boost as well, and we're just seeing some great shooting from Peanut, being able to take advantage of these favorable looks. And I said Dissolve need to get started quick, and ultimately it's Drake's getting started early here in the first minute.
Yeah, pretty much the exact opposite of what you wanted to see if you're Dissolved here, unfortunately for them. But oh my goodness, Elias! That is what you love to see.
Yeah, I mean, that is a great way to get it right back and to cut the lead in half. JP lobbed it downfield, and Elias takes full advantage, punching that one through, and Dissolve trying to get it right back.
Yeah, I mean, what a shot there. Elias able to send it in and stop the bleeding. And yeah, that's what you need to see after you're dropping down two, in under a minute. Fire one right back. Elias able to keep it. A 1-goal margin is a big miss. Moxen gonna come through and clean it up though. Able to send it down, the ball going towards the net, double commit. Comes through from the Drakes. Elias looking to keep it around the corner, trying to find another 50. As a demo comes through, Moxen can be wiped off the pitch there. This one sent back, but here comes Moxen now. Send this one in. JP looking for a little touch. Gonna send it up high. Bonk and Bondo there on the wall. Elias, not a lot of boost, looking for a teammate there, but a little bit off on the passing play, but had the right idea. As this one popped up, gonna be blocked off the backboard there. JP looking to take it down. The net is wide open. He's gonna take it all the way. And what happened there, Dronas? The Drakes just nowhere to be found.
Yeah, ultimately it was Bonk who dove in as third, and JP just slid it right by and was able to drive that one all the way through. Just walk the dog home to make it 2-2, and Drake's just got a little overexcited.
Yeah, definitely, definitely a little overexcited there, trying to end it off, and sometimes that happens there. Dronis is, you have the opportunity, you're trying to end the series here by putting the pressure on, and you can just get yourself a little bit over aggressive.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that, when it's in a series as tense as this, obviously, it's this first kind of matchup, and you're obviously seeing the back and forth it can create, and that can get nerves, especially being on stream as well. And sometimes those mistakes can happen, those mental oversights. You might go for some shots you might not usually go for, and those rotations can get messed up a little bit. But it's, the best teams are going to be able to stabilize through that pressure and really step up to the challenge.
Yeah, they definitely will. As oh my goodness, that one almost gonna find a follow from Elias, and you mentioned it, but the pressure is most definitely on here for both these two teams. Dissolve looking to force this game 5. The Drakes looking to close it out here, find that divisional win. This one up, Bondo to the backboard, trying to find it. Moxen gonna clear it across. Elias gonna take that one, gonna pick up a boost, gonna put it through another one. Peanut, last man back there, gonna be up to the task, able to send it away. Is Peanut now again taking it out, looking to send it back. Moxen and Elias gonna be there, gonna pick up the savior medal, able to clear it away. A nice save here, and a minute 50 remaining here. Dissolved, still looking to find that pressure here. Drake's trying to send it back, and again, Dronis Dissolved got to be the ones here finding the pressure, but that one, oh no, a big miss. Here comes Peanut trying to find it, but a save comes through. The Drakes had a wide open opportunity, but couldn't place it in.
Yeah, Bonk unfortunately just needed to put that one away, as it would have given the lead. Now swift turn on this shot off target, but Drakes, they're going to be looking to get it right back.
Drake's looking to give it right back, as both teams there with opportunities, but cannot convert, and that's pretty much the moral of this series here. As this one, a dangerous ball, but Peanut, a great read, able to get a redirect, and Bondo able to get back as well. Great defense here by the Drakes in the last little bit here. They're able to hunt down that backboard, not let anything up in the midfield, but still only find themselves in a tied ball game. JP gonna find one. Moxen off the corner. JP looking to pop it up, trying to find a flip reset, can't quite get it. Bonk sends it out, ball up in the midfield. Bondo pushing it down. Bonk off the sidewall. 50 gonna come through here. Moxen now taking it up, trying to find it. This one dropping through. Bonk gonna take control here in the midfield. Both these teams maybe looking for 1 or 2 final strikes here in regulation. This one off the corner, ball popping up. JP has an opportunity. The net was open. He's just off a big demo. Here comes JP off the backboard, but no, it's going to be saved away. A huge opportunity as this one on the counterattack. Bonk is going to send it in, and so close for Dissolve, but the Drakes trying to end it.
Yeah, that was such a huge chance, just narrowly missing. Then Bonk driving in front of Elias just to slow them down, and then getting credit for the final shot there. 18 seconds. There's still a chance for Dissolve, but they got to move quick.
Yeah, they're going to have to move quick there. And that one, 50 down in the midfield. Oh my goodness, the net was wide open there, but not quite going to finish. It's actually going to give Dissolve another chance. JP,
No
he's just banging it. Oh my goodness, he sends it in to tie it up.
And the back and forth continues, Rockerman. Moxen got a good 50, and then Elias reaching upfield, and there was just no one back in time for the Drakes. A great counter there to tie it up. Another overtime looming.
It's looming, but the Drakes, they may have one more answer to it. Bonk trying to get it. That one actually going to stay up somehow. And this one pushed off the corner, but Dissolved just going to send it to the ground. And back-to-back overtimes, Dronis. These two teams not trying to give up.
Yeah, Drake's trying to end it right now with one more goal, but Dissolve, they have stayed so present in this game. They have not backed down. They got to try and take it. Moxen had a look, fired it wide.
Yeah, that one was an opportunity here for Dissolve, as they're going to start the overtime on the aggression here. This one popping up, but this one sent down to Elias versus Peanut. And Elias able to get that one in the corner. Bondo dropping it down. Bonk This one out of the midfield. Bonk, he's turning around. It's floating, but JP on the goal line. Oh my goodness, JP, what a save. He gets that one away, and now on the counterattack, Moxen looking to send it down, but that one, Strodus, so dangerous there. But again, it dissolved, able to hold on as the Drake's trying to put some pressure through.
Yeah, that was just a beautiful save on the goal line. It looked like it might just fall through. Now this one, another close look from Peanut. Dissolve. They need to be very careful on the defensive side. Maybe a turnaround on offense here. No. Shut down early, and again, it just continues to be a back and forth and then a midfield battle.
Yeah, this is what you love to see from divisional rivals here, going toe-to-toe here. That's Bondo trying to send it out, trying to lead his team here. As the GM, he's going to send it over the top, but Elias able to get back on the defensive end. Bonk now setting it up, looking for one more, trying to take out Moxen through the air there, but not going to find it. This one in the corner, Moxen. It's going to end up getting around 150, trying to come through. Bonk is going to get it by. As Elias sends it back in, Peanut holding it down. Elias looking to take it across, trying to pop it up. This one gonna go by one, but here comes a shooter. It's blocked, and he sends it in, and he's gonna send us to game 5.
And that is a laser top left. Got the opportunity from the midfield, and he did not miss.
Yeah, he definitely did not. He knew exactly where to place it, and he sent that bad boy in, sending us to a game 5. You love to see it here. And what better way to end the stream off, Dronus, than divisional rivals going for the win here, heading to game 5 in just such a back and forth series.
Yeah, and it's going to be incredible to see these teams cross paths again later on, but
Oh
this
yeah.
is a huge matchup, and I'm excited to see how it develops obviously in this 5th game, but obviously down the line later on the season when we see the rematch. Obviously, we already got the history right here.
Yeah, the history is being made right here, right now between these two teams, and just a lot of pressure on both of them here. The Drakes trying to extend their record here. Dissolved really need a big win here to keep things close in their division, have a chance to win that division. Obviously, the division securing a berth straight to the playoffs. So both these teams going to be fighting hard here as we are into it. Game number 5 here between these two teams. Such a back and forth series. Dronus, what are you watching for as we get into this one?
I mean, I'm looking to see Drake's. I want to see their defense step up a little bit more. They actually only had 1 save that entire last game, and obviously that cannot be the case in close matches like this. The defense got to be able to step up, but ultimately Dissolved, they're looking to stick it out. They're looking to keep that shooting up, and Moxen, who has been able to put some great shots away in clutch opportunities, we'll see if he's able to keep that pace.
Moxen, he's up right here, looking to send it back in here. Bonk can't quite find that touch ball out in the midfield. Peanut looking to get around 1, does so. Bondo coming through, looking to find a 50. Bonk is lurking in that corner there, coming up high, off the ceiling, trying to find that touch, but not quite going to connect here. Is Peanut trying to drop it down. Bonk gonna circle back to that one. He's able to get a 50 through here. As this one, obviously a very important first goal here. I'm always a proponent, Dronus, of that game 5. Whenever I'm in a game 5 situation, I'm always telling my team and in my head, I want that first goal for the momentum.
Yeah, it very well can kind of make or break that early pressure, that early confidence. But in this matchup, we have seen a lot of back and forth so far. I don't think it weighs as heavily, but if you're the team to find that first one, you're going to be feeling like you're in the driver's seat.
Definitely so, as we're still at a 0-0 game, but maybe not for long. This one off the backboard, the follow-up gonna come through. Bondo perfectly placed around the defense, and the Drakes strike first.
Yeah, and it took a little bit longer for this one to get started here on Champions Field. Almost 2 minutes of play, but it is the Drakes who get their offense going, and Dissolved, we'll see how they answer back.
Yeah, they've had a lot of answers in this series. Can they find one here? JP saw the big answer in game number 4 from him to even get us to this point. When it seemed like hope was lost, they were able to find that long shot and then the winner in OT. But a big demo going to come through, trading of the demos. But Elias going to send it down. Can Peanut get back in time? Yes. Peanut with that spawn able to be there, able to get the defense. This one sent up high. Bondo trying to get to it, but instead going to be pushed to the corner. Moxen Gonna send this one up high. Peanut off the ceiling. Elias trying to get up this one, but may have gotten caught. This one heading all the way down, but it's gonna ring off the post there. The Drakes almost had an opportunity and dissolved here. Gonna be counting their lucky stars, Dronis.
That's another snapshot from Peanut, and the bump clears the path, but there's no one close as second and dissolved, maybe getting away with another one, but ultimately we're seeing some great pressure on the side of Drake's. Elias a chance down to Moxen, the give and go, no good.
Oh my goodness, and that dissolved, really finding those passing plays too. Almost a highlight reel play right there as they're trying to tie it up here in a game 5. This one gonna pop up high. Moxen gonna send this one down, looking for Elias, who's there harassing the ball, dropping down. It's gonna be pinched away. JP couldn't quite get to that angle. The ball just a little bit wide, but Moxen still gonna find that demo bonk. Trying to get up to it, but dissolved. Gonna send it back in. Still hunting for the goal here. Still plenty of time for them to do so. But gotta start making something happen here. Is this one fired off the backboard? Gonna be sent out. JP looking to bang it down. Elias trying to take out Bonk there through the air. As this one, Moxen just gonna drive by it. Maybe worked out as a fake there, but still a minute 30 now. Dronis and Dissolved. They seem like they have a couple opportunities. They seem like they're going for these lurking plays here, and it seems like they're only a moment away from putting one through.
Yeah, they're getting closer and closer to finally kind of breaking the ice here in game number 5, but credit to Drakes. They have done well suppressing a lot of attacks before they really develop, and ultimately not giving Dissolved a lot of time to really gather possession or gather an offensive slate, because they've just been kind of shutting them down early time and time again.
Yeah, they shut them down earlier, and you mentioned their saves in the last game, only 1, but they've gotten 4 already here, shutting down this Dissolved offense. We'll see if they can continue to do so as they're up in the lead here. Final 45 seconds, this ball popped up. Bondo gonna push it to the side. Dissolved gonna have to start forcing things a little bit here as the time is now their enemy. This one sent back into Dissolved's corner. JP gonna look to take control, looking to take this one up high, trying to send it over Peanut, but just enough to get that touch to send it away. This one back in midfield. Dissolved looking to try to give control, but they're gonna actually give it away. Peanut looking for the shot there. It's gonna go off the post, but a big touch is gonna come through, and now we're looking at last opportunities here as JP trying to take it underneath. Gonna pass it down to the midfield, but Moxen, he can't quite put it in, as that one was a big chance here. And now Dissolved gonna have to regroup, try to find one more here in game 5. Bonkalicious trying to send it down. Control. All 3 Dissolved members are on this ball. Can they keep it up here? They're gonna have to take it the length of the pitch. Elias gonna send it down. JP trying to get to a Peanut, can't touch, and that's gonna do it. The Drakes are gonna survive in a game 5 thriller.
Yeah, it was a nail biting one for sure, but Drakes will pick up the victory. They will advance to 4-1, picking up the first divisional win, but it was not easy by any stretch of the imagination.
No, it was not easy. I mean, my goodness, those two teams gave us a show right there, battling, and the Drakes gonna just be enough to take out the win there. So big congratulations to them taking home that victory. But what a crazy way to end to end the stream, the first night of divisional matchups there, Drones. I mean, Dissolve, they didn't quite get the win, but I mean, there is definitely some promise to them right there, able to take it to game 5, just one goal away from maybe making some magic happen.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Now you look at their record; they're 1-4. I don't think that accurately reflects how good this team can be. I think the ceiling is a little bit higher. There's just those couple moments that slip by, and we saw, of course, a lot of close games. We saw 3 1-goal games, and they're still very close. They just need that little bit of extra bump during these series, and very well could have turned things around. That's their second game 5 loss on the season, but I think they're a very strong 1-14.
Yeah, no, I agree here. And divisional matchups are always going to be tough. So I'm sure we'll see some more of them. They do have a tough division, though, with Motion and Samurai. So we'll see what they can do. Hopefully, for their sake, they can bring it back around and bring some battles going into Wednesday and into next week for the last divisional game or divisional match of well, I guess the last divisional match of the beginning of the season, the first set of divisional matches. But we'll see what they can do here. But that's pretty much going to wrap it up. I would like to give a couple of shout outs here to our premium subscribers. If we're able to throw that up onto the screen, we had a lot of support here through Nemesis this season. So we appreciate all of our Nemesis premium subscribers, especially Flame, Jax, Wiggle, Benmir, Neons, Street Soul, and Speed, supporting us with Challenger Plus, and everyone who is supporting. We truly do appreciate you guys supporting. And as always, shout out to Neons as well earlier, resubscribed for 9 months. I don't know if we caught him, but shout out again to Neons, the double shout out there. And yeah, reminder to everyone that's watching here, if you're willing and able, all the proceeds from the streams go back into paying the commentators and streamers. So if you think, Crip behind the streams did a great job tonight, which I think he did, and if you think Dronus and the rest of the casters on the night did a great job, feel free to subscribe. Feel free to follow the channel, follow along. Everything you guys do is going to go back into supporting those guys. So if you're interested and able, please feel free to do so. But yeah, Jonas, I think that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for the night. Any final thoughts before we send her off?
I'm excited for the rest of the season to continue. I'm excited to see more divisional matchups. If this was just a little taste, if this was just a sliver, I want to see more.
Oh yeah, I would love to see some more divisional matches. We'll see them on Wednesday and then next week Monday. So make sure you guys stick around for those. But that's gonna wrap it up for tonight. So thank you all for watching, and we will talk to you guys later.